This video is inspired by Jordan Welch's story. I understand that you want to achieve financial success and accumulate millions in your 20s, just like many young people you see on the internet. However, to achieve this goal, it's essential to follow the 6 principles I will share today, the same ones that allowed me to amass nearly $10 million by the age of 25. It all starts with an honest self-analysis to understand why you're still facing financial difficulties. Perhaps it's due to a lack of focus, laziness, or undervaluing your time. It's time to take responsibility for your actions and daily choices to change this situation. You probably wake up, have coffee to gain energy, check Instagram, and watch some motivational videos, seeking a sense of productivity. However, even if you spend just 30 minutes truly focused on your goals, you're surprised to still be in the same position as a year ago. This is the root of your failures, and that's why it's essential to start here. In the ruthless battlefield of business, there are no participation trophies, there are winners and losers. Those who waste time on meaningless things end up on the losing side. In contrast, winners understand the power of the compound effect, knowing that small daily actions, consistently over time, lead to significant achievements. Remember that your daily choices shape your future, for better or worse, and time is a precious resource that doesn't come back. Use your current energy wisely, avoiding artificial pleasures, and focus on your goals. Now, let me ask, how do you expect to get rich if you don't understand money? This question leads me to the second principle. To make money, it's essential to understand how it works. Money is a medium of exchange based on value, which means you get paid proportionally to the value you offer to the world. If you're facing financial difficulties, it might be because you don't possess a valuable set of skills. By mastering a skill, you become capable of selling your services to those in need, and thus, making money. It's simple. In the modern age, there are various options to acquire these skills, whether it's in sales, paid advertising, video editing, or other fields. Personally, I even hired someone who earns thousands per month just by coming up with video ideas. And it's worth mentioning that it's not limited to the internet only, as I recently hired a personal chef, paying almost $1,000 per week, because their culinary skills are incredible. This saves me time, allows me to eat healthier, and adds value to my life, making the investment worthwhile. Truly, it doesn't matter what it is, as long as there are enough people willing to consider it valuable enough to exchange their money for it, it's possible to get rich. It's crucial to understand that there's currently no scarcity of money. In the United States alone, over $500 million in currency are produced daily, and yet, you're struggling to earn $5,000 per month? Come on. The goal is to persist enough in something and become so skilled that success becomes nearly impossible to avoid. That's what I did. It took me 5 years to reach my first million online and another 10 years to become a millionaire after taxes. However, I would have achieved it much faster if I had known and applied the third principle, choosing the right vehicle. Hard work isn't the determining factor between the rich and the poor. I know people who work tirelessly in manual labor jobs, putting in more effort than I've ever done in my life, but they aren't proportionally rewarded. The key lies in selecting the right vehicle. I also made this mistake, wasting years of my career working intensely on the wrong things. No matter how hard I tried, there was a limit to how far I could go. However, if I had applied the same effort in another direction, the results would have been drastically different. But how do you choose the right vehicle amid so many options? It's a tough decision, but I have a simple formula to make it easier. Step 1. Find something that's working for many people, not just one person. Choose something aligned with your interests, see if others are making money with it, and ask yourself, how can I do this too? At the beginning of my career, I thought I needed to be an innovator to make money, but that's not true. My first million came from e-commerce, a business that hundreds of thousands of people were doing at that time. The products I sold to achieve that success weren't unique, but I had to improve my skills to compete with them. To triumph in e-commerce, I learned website design, Facebook ads, and video editing. After 6 months, cutting bad habits, focusing on personal improvement, and honing my skills daily, my store was making over $100,000 per month in sales. The formula is simple, it only requires the willingness to execute it and time to reap the rewards. Now, the second step that will make all the difference is finding someone who has already achieved what you desire and studying them deeply. Following every guru will be exhausting. Instead, choose a person who has exactly what you seek and become their disciple. Study their business model, their philosophies, and understand in detail how they achieved success. This will show you the path to follow. Abandon the practice of listening to anyone who has advice to give. Focus only on individuals with a real and tangible track record of success in the area you want to pursue, regardless of whether they're influencers or celebrities. I want to emphasize that the person who helped me reach my first $100,000 in e-commerce was someone I met in a Facebook group, without even having many followers. This point brings me to the last topic. Surrounding yourself with people who are on the same path as you is crucial. Engage in Discord servers, Facebook groups, Reddit communities, or wherever you find people with similar interests. These connections will serve as constant motivation, showing that this business model really works and will make you feel less lonely on the journey. The information learned from people who are truly living this experience daily is much more valuable than generic information found in YouTube videos. If you want to maximize your chances of success, you need to execute the fourth principle, go all in. Even if you believe you're already doing this, the truth is that 99% of you still aren't, partially because you don't value your time and also because you're constantly living in survival mode, which prevents total focus on the business. To break this pattern, you need to create a safety net. Listen well, there's no chance of building a successful business if you're living from paycheck to paycheck, without a single dollar left at the end of the month. This constant stress prevents you from breathing and thinking clearly. I know this because I've been exactly in that position. In 2020, I was living in Los Angeles, spending more than I earned, which made me anxious and prevented me from fully focusing on my business. I decided to take drastic action. I cut all expenses, moved back to my mother's house at the age of 22, and sold almost all my belongings, except my laptop and a few clothes. With that, I accumulated a reserve of over $2,000, giving me the peace of mind to invest everything in my business, and the results came quickly. In just 20 days, my store made over $10,000 in profit, and over the next year and a half, I reached nearly $2 million with that store. If you're watching this video with less than $300 in your account, know that you're not ready to start a business yet. I apologize for the bluntness, but it's important that you get a job, sell your belongings, and accumulate at least $1,000 to invest in your skills. That's the key to success. Meanwhile, it's essential to follow principle number 5, relentlessly pursue and invest in your own education. That's what truly set me free. The fact that you're watching this video shows that you're on the right path, as you could be watching anything else, but you chose to seek knowledge. When I started my journey, I religiously dedicated 1 or 2 hours daily to reading books, which had a profound impact on my life, shattering almost all limiting beliefs I had. Some of the early books that helped me the most were The Millionaire Secrets and Think and Grow Rich. I recommend you read both if you want to reach $1 million. Instead of spending hours a day watching new videos, I sought interviews with entrepreneurs who had already achieved what I desired. Big shout out to Gideon, he's my guy, and whenever possible, I invested in masterminds to meet other people. This kind of investment in knowledge is the path to success. In 2017, when I started making money, I invested $10,000 to attend a mastermind in Costa Rica, and the information I gained there was instrumental in doubling my profits the following month. This proves that investing in your own education brings the highest return on investment, always, especially when it costs just $1. That's why I just released a complete case study, sharing how I started and grew my Shopify brand to $1.8 million in less than 2 years. In this study, I reveal all the details, from the products and ads to the complete strategy, without hiding anything. The business started in one of the toughest times of my life, but it's what set me free financially, and in the end, I sold it for an incredible amount. I've received many messages from people who purchased it, and the response has been overwhelmingly positive. I sincerely appreciate everyone who has invested in this opportunity. However, if you can't invest $1 in your own education, I believe you missed the main point of what I'm trying to convey. Now, let's get to the last and most important principle: start today, because time doesn't wait. As the days go by, someone out there is making more progress than you. Don't postpone and don't delude yourself with an imaginary day in the future to start. Do it today. As soon as this video ends, take all this information and start. There's no other option. And remember, great achievements take time. Don't expect to get rich in 3 months, 6 months, or even a year. Our online culture glorifies quick success and misleads everyone, but reality is different. To truly succeed and master any skill, it takes years of effort. By following everything I shared today, perhaps you can achieve wealth in your 20s. Make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and until next time. This video is inspired by Jordan Welch's story.